Hello, and welcome to Bon Niche Cellars in Paso Robles, California. Bon Niche is a participant in the Harvest Host program and a fantastic one. Fantastic from start to finish, by reserving your RV spot online, for getting directions and gate instructions, for staying in contact with you up to your arrival, and for saving the last wine tasting of the day for her Harvest Host guests, the sunset tasting. If you aren't familiar with the Harvest Host program, it is a membership program for self-contained RVers and allows us a night's stay at wineries, farms, museums, and at this incredible winery with a view. Check out our link to this program in the description below and a link at the end of this video to our Harvest Host playlist. So back to Bon Niche. We were lucky to be able to visit during the crazy year of COVID 2020. The winery did a fabulous job on distancing and sanitizing. We felt fine here.
Melani has 10 acres and she has 7 acres of grapes, 3 varietals here. We're heading down the hill to pick the last varietal, which is the Cabernet Franc. And well, there you go.
And we had an incredible and special time here. First, Bon Niche is female-owned and operated, female hands-on winemaker, and she, Melani, has an interesting story. She was in the military and went overseas, fell in love with wine. Meeting her, hearing her story, and I'll put a link at the end of this video so you too can hear her story. It's worth sticking around.
So I did bring some shears, and I might not have enough buckets for everybody, but if somebody is near the picking bin, we can just put it right in there. So when you're picking, we usually throw this on the ground, and then you rip up and dump it in. If it's too heavily bird damaged, we don't need to pick it. So like this is all either a bird.
Second, the view, and of course the wine. A nice Chardonnay, a Malbec, delicious Syrah, a Cabernet Sauvignon, a blend, a Zin, and a port-style dessert wine to finish off our tasting. Third, we got to help harvest her Cabernet Franc. When do you get to do that? And finally, meeting Steve Wewerka. He too is an RVer, he's a photographer, and a really, really good one. He was staying at Melani's winery for several weeks, helping out, lending a hand, learning about winemaking, pouring the wine, and moving the lawnmowers. Goats around. Okay, and is everybody smiling or laughing or doing something?
Love it,
Yes.
love it.
Awesome, that was really cool. Thanks for letting us do that.
Oh my gosh, thank you guys so much.
Between Melani, Steve, the other 2 sets of Harvest Host guests, our visit was incredibly special. We loved it. And here's a little chat with Steve.
Really
Really
loud.
loud. Okay, this is Steve Wewerka,
Very
and
good.
tell me about your channel and what you do.
I am a full-time professional photographer, and I am working on a book project and a video project where I'm documenting my travels, and I'm doing classic roads. So I drove the Great River Road, which follows the Mississippi, and then I drove the Lewis and Clark Trail, and now I'm trying to finish up the Pacific Coast Highway.
Oh, nice.
I sell my work through art fairs on my website. That's how I make a living, is selling my work. And I started this video series, this YouTube channel, which is Steve Wewerka, my name. But I started it because I needed to stretch creatively. I was, COVID just kind of pushed me inward. I didn't have a way of getting my work out there, and I need to do that. It's just part of how I'm driven. And so people always want me to describe what I do. Do I do landscape? I do all kinds of things, but ultimately, I think of my work as visual poetry. I'm creating haikus. It's very much an emotional connection in the moment. And they're very structured and simple and hopefully well phrased and well poised. The beauty of what I'm doing right now is it gives me time to volunteer. And so here at Bon Niche Cellars, Melani, who runs it, fell in love with what she's doing. She's a vet, and she bought this 10-acre vineyard and is making her own wines, and young woman who just changed her life. And I am inspired by that, and I offered to give her some volunteer time. So I've been here for 3 weeks learning the art of winemaking, which has a lot of parallels with my own creative process. So it's fascinating.
It is.
And like I said, this morning we went out and picked grapes.
It was fun.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Yeah, and yesterday I got to, what's it called, punch down?
Punch
the
down,
fermenting
yep,
grapes
yep,
at Villa
turning
Vega. So
the
I've done
grapes.
2 new things that I haven't done, and this was really just a different experience here, and I totally get the creative thing because I was a graphic artist coming out of college, and I've always had to do something creative.
Yeah.
I live on a boat. How much can I knit, right? So So I have to be doing
fishing
something.
again.
Yeah, so this has been just doing the YouTube thing and kind of meeting people, and just the artistic part of it is so fun.
Yeah, it's been the last 6 months of my life have been transformative. It has been brilliant.
So that's how long you've been traveling? And
Well, I've been.
the doggy.
Hi, buddy. I love that. I've been full time in my RV for about 18 months. A year
Okay.
before that, I was in it mostly, but I still had a brick and mortar place. But for the last 6 months, because of COVID, I really, I'm not doing art fairs. I have nowhere to sell my
Right.
work. And so it's been purely, I hate to call it self-indulgent, but it is. I am totally
That's okay.
involved in my own creative process. And like I said, the last 6 months have been brilliant for me. They've
And-
changed the way I see, the way I think, and it's been
And
wonderful.
I mean, we're not 20 years old, so I think we have to pick what makes us happy,
Right.
and what makes
Yeah.
us enjoy, and yeah.
Right, exactly.
Super cool.
And that's honestly, that's the hardest thing I'm wrestling with, is giving myself permission to do this.
You have
You
to.
know, I'm
You have
of
to.
that generation and age where you work.
Work, right,
Yeah.
and I'm kind of over it. A few more years.
Yeah, right.
And yeah, we want to do this too. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'd come up here and squat and help her for a little while.
It's fun, and it's good to well, those of you who are, and when you are traveling a lot, your activity level changes. You might hike and do, but
Yeah.
actual physical labor, kind of what I'm like, when you have a house, you're working in the garden,
Right.
whatever it is. Here, I'm doing all that stuff again, and it feels great.
It feels good, yeah,
Yeah.
because I just walk the dog a lot, and just walking back up the hill, I'm like, okay, I need to hike more.
I know.
Well, this has been wonderful. We're gonna head out of here in a few
Great.
minutes
Well,
to
safe
give them a
travels
spot
to you.
for the next one, and this has been great.
I will get the gate for you, and
Awesome.
make sure you get out the door.
Sounds good. Thank you so much, Steve.
Thank you. All right, bye-bye.
If you've enjoyed our visit to Bon Niche, give us a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and leave us a comment so we know that you were here. Thanks for watching.